I was recording instead of streaming. By writing down, you are covering these things. So it's not foolishness. We are covering these things. Excretion, coordination, okay, and response, reproduction, so stuff. So right now we have to do excretion. Let's enjoy this. The timetable is going to be much more spread out going forward. So let's just make sure we have enjoyed this bio lesson. It's important. Excretion in humans. That's the one we want to talk about, and we want to understand. Didn't I talk about it last time? Did I? People? Did I talk about it? Who was there when we did excretion? Okay, let's get started. What we are doing is chapter 13. We'll do reproduction very fast, very important. Make sure you know all the things. So let's quickly do it. 13. Can everybody write the date? Write the date. What is the date today? Because you're going to need it. 9 June 2026. Excretion. You are not too old to write notes. So write the notes. We wrote notes in university whilst the lecturer was talking. You should write notes. Why not? Write these notes. 9 June 2026. Write with me, please. Everybody, and submit. Can you write with me, because I'm going to need to see your notes. Please, you just submit this part only. So I'm not asking for things from back then. I'm asking for the things I'm about to give you right now. Are you ready, everybody? They won't be long. I'll be hitting. You can't see my screen. What about on YouTube? I'm live on YouTube. Check on YouTube. I want you to tell me, either here in class or via text, tell me if you can see it, the live. Well done. So use that. Write those notes. Everybody is supposed to submit these notes. Let's go. I'm going to be writing fast and explaining as I'm writing. Okay? Good. Excretion is a chapter that seeks to answer one big question. Excretion is a chapter that seeks to write neat stuff. Don't submit to me ugly notes and think I'm just gonna mark. That's not happening. That is not happening. I told you, if you want to write fast and neat, write small things. Excretion is a chapter that seeks to answer one big question. How does the body... Don't worry about whatever topic you're doing in class. You send to me, I'll do it. You send to me a picture, I'll cover it for you. How does the body remove waste products? How does the body remove waste products that would be harmful if they stayed inside us? Let me say this. Everybody in this class knows that a human being, okay, has a mouth which leads to the neck. Okay, so this is the face. This is the face. I'm sorry for drawing a human being that is like this. Yep. This is a person, okay? This is the mouth, which leads to the neck. The neck goes down. Here it's a normal person. Okay. This is the neck. It goes down. Then it gets to the stomach. Okay. Then from the stomach it continues. Small intestines, large intestines, rectum, anus. This is the person. This is the person. Small intestines, large intestines, all this is the chest and whatever. Then here are the legs going down like this, and this is the anus. So let me say this. If you eat food, it's just going to move like this, go into the stomach, continue until it comes out. That's not excretion. Don't waste our time. This is not excretion. To remove the feces or to urinate. This is not excretion, because these things were not in the body. They were just sliding through this alimentary canal, this green thing, which started at the mouth and ended at the anus. When we are talking about excretion, we are removing things that were now in the blood. Things that were inside you. Things that were in here. So from now on, do not waste my time. Don't tell me excretion meaning egestion. This here is egestion. That's not what we are talking about. We are talking about things that were inside us, which means in the blood. Things that were in the blood. So this is the last explanation. I'm about to start giving you quick fire notes on everything that's important. But please, excretion is not egestion. Throw that out of you. You're a scientist. You only say what science says. You don't try to put what you think is common sense. We said egestion is the food that the body has refused. The body never took it. It just slided down these tubes and went out. The body refused it. That's egestion. But we want to see. Hello, can you hear me? One, two, testing. Can you hear me? Well done, Lusika, for saying. Well done. What was the last thing you heard me say? I said, don't ever tell us about excretion, talking about things the body refused. The food that you eat and the body refuses it, we don't count it. Food that you eat and it just slides down the alimentary canal. Alimentary canal, this tube that starts at the mouth, goes like this, follows. The food that slides here and the body refuses it, it continues all the way until it's removed here. That is not what we are talking about. Okay? We are not talking about that. That's not excretion. The body refused that already. The body refused that food. Food just slided down. You ate something the body doesn't even want. So guess what? It just slided down these tubes and went out. Don't tell us about excretion there. When we are talking about excretion, we are talking about things being removed by the body from the blood. So don't waste my time from now on. Don't tell me about food which is in the alimentary canal. Don't waste my time. Excretion is not for that. Excretion is things from the blood that are being removed there. Right. You've heard me. Now let's write. Let's quickly write the notes now. I've said enough, eh? So now let's write how biology wants you to define the words and everything. Let's quickly go for it. So what is excretion now? I want you to write. Excretion is the removal from the body. From the body just means from the blood. Okay, inside your body. These things were not in those tubes that are alimentary canal. No, they actually got into the blood. Now those things have to be removed. The removal from the body of three things. One, waste. In your definition, you should see yourself put three things. Waste products of metabolic reactions. Excretion, you should, in the definition, we should see three things. Three. You are removing one, waste products. Waste of metabolic reactions. It means the waste of all the reactions that are happening in you. Metabolic reaction, it just means reactions happening in your body. The waste products must be removed. Number two, toxic substances. Toxic substances that are in the body must be removed. And things that may not be waste or toxic, but substances present in excess. Substances present, so toxic is 2, then substances present in excess of requirements, this is 3. So excretion, the body is removing waste products of the reactions, toxic substances, and things that are in excess. May I see 3 things in your definition, please? May I see 3 things in your definition, please? Okay? So, ingestion is just the removal of undigested food that was in the alimentary canal. So I know you guys have mastered it. You now know ingestion is nothing to do with excretion. So we know that ingestion, these things never entered the cells. They never entered the body refused these things. You ate them, they went into the stomach and everywhere, and the body refused them. The body didn't take them in, so they are just thrown out. That's ingestion. But when you now talk about excretion, the body actually has to remove some things from inside it. Things that are removed are like carbon dioxide, urea. These are things that are produced by cells. These things are waste products of metabolic reactions. It means things that are produced by the cells. They were in the cells. But ingestion, these things were never in the cells. So everybody has mastered that. Now let's move on. Okay? Examples of substances removed by excretion. 1, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide from the lungs. Number 2, urea from the kidneys. It's a toxic substance. You learn about it. So it must go out. 3, excess water should go out. And 4, excess salts. Have you seen this? Excretion. Carbon dioxide, urea, excess water, excess salts. Surely you can't forget that. Okay? Egestion removes 1, undigested fiber. Then 2, feces. Yes. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me now? Yeah, I fixed it. I fixed it. Good. So make sure you know excretion, what it removes. Carbon dioxide, urea, and excess water. Make sure you know egestion, what it removes. Egestion removes just the undigested food. Undigested food. It's just thrown out. It was never in the body. It was not produced by cells. You just ate it through the mouth. It was sliding down through this whole alimentary canal, that tube which starts at the mouth and goes to the anus. So it passed, it got to the stomach, which is part of the alimentary canal. It continued to small intestines, nothing was absorbed. Large intestines, nothing was absorbed. Then it's taken out as feces. So, thank you. We've thrown away this. Now everybody knows what excretion is. We are removing serious things from the body. Carbon dioxide, urea, excess water, excess salts. Now let's see this human excretory system. Let's see this human excretory system. What is this human excretory system? So what is the excretory system? They may ask you. The excretory system is a group of organs that, or you can say specialized for removing waste products from the body. The excretory system is the real deal. Things that are removing waste products from the body. Okay? Main organs in the excretory system. Main organs in the excretory system would be 1, lungs, 2, kidneys, and 3, liver. So the lungs, the kidneys, and the liver. Remember that right now. That your lungs, your kidneys, and your liver are so important. Lungs remove CO2. Okay? How? By exhaling the gas. Kidneys remove urea, excess water, excess salts. Kidneys remove this urea, excess water, and excess salt. How? By urine formation, by forming urine. We'll talk about it. Okay. Then the liver produces urea from excess amino acids. Okay, I've labeled. I don't know if I've made it now. This is called deamination, where you have your amino acids being turned into urea by the liver. Then that urea and excess water and excess salts will be combined by the kidneys to form urine. Are we together? Students, are we together? Okay. Yes. Don't forget that the lungs, the kidneys, the liver, these are big organs. These are big organs when it comes to the excretory system. Lung, kidneys, and liver. Okay? Let me continue. I'll give you a diagram after I make you write a few important things. Right? So, one. Why? Okay, or let's say carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. Okay. Why must it be excreted? Why must it be secreted? Here are the reasons. Carbon dioxide dissolves in water and forms carbon dioxide dissolves in water and forms acidic solutions. So, if carbon dioxide builds up, then your blood has water. Your blood is also made up of water. So the carbon dioxide will go into the water part of the blood, make it acidic, and your blood will become very acidic. And this can damage cells. Okay, and it can be toxic. So let's write here to say that dissolves in water and forms acidic solution. So if CO2 builds up, the water, okay, you can say the CO2 will dissolve in the water part of blood, making it the CO2 will dissolve in the water part of the blood, making it too acidic. Okay? Cells may become damaged. Look at the problems of carbon dioxide, everybody. Cells may become damaged and enzymes work less effectively. Well, enzymes work less effectively, okay? And I can say here, slowing down slowing down metabolic reactions. So what can we say? Carbon dioxide, my friend, you are a problem. You are going to change the pH of the blood. You're going to make the blood acidic. If you make the blood acidic, it's going to affect a lot of things. So I don't want you near the water part of the blood. Now, put in brackets to say, also, people must know that too much CO2 is toxic. Are we together? Have you all seen why carbon dioxide is bad? It will make the blood acidic. Carbon dioxide will make the blood acidic. So, no thank you. Get it out, get it out, get it out. Let's put urea. Okay, we just want to do carbon dioxide and urea. Excess salts, excess water, don't worry about it. Okay, so here, urea. Why? Why must urea be excluded? Or let's say excreted. Why must urea be excreted? Let's write here. Urea is toxic Urea is toxic at high concentrations. Write this, please. Urea is actually toxic at high concentrations. If urea accumulates write this to say, 1, cells become damaged. Then 2, serious health problems develop. Okay? If urea builds up, it can't build up in the body. It has to go out. So excretion is not an if. It should happen. So you should say, all this is showing you that urea must be removed. Urea must be removed continuously. It's poisonous. You have some serious health problems. Are we together? So, let's do here. Pathway urine follows in the body. Let me say it through the body. Okay, the pathway that urine follows. One, you say structure. Put here to say structure. Put a table with me. Structure, and this side say function. Starts with the kidney. This is the path urine follows. Then it goes to urethra. Then you have urethra. Or let's say bladder. Here, that's what I want to see urethra. Let me draw a diagram before I put functions. Let's do the diagram so that you can all visualize. You have the human body. Right. And then you can right. Let's put the part. Let's label them. You're right. This, or maybe put a tube here. Put it nicer. Just a simple diagram. I don't want to make it complicated. Let me change crayons so that I make it clear. Okay. Then I want you to do this. Put it like this. Goes put now another pipe right behind that one. You put it like this. Just want you to draw the way I'm drawing. Let me change the crown for this one. I'll put black. Put it in black. And put it in black. And do it like this. In black. Just put a tube like this. Who's that? Just put a tube like this. Okay? Who's that? Let me find out. Put a tube which just goes up. Thin. I need black for that. Come on now. Okay? You need to know what's going on. Everybody. It goes up like this. And then still below, this is way too big maybe. Because I need the urethra. Here you come out like this, goes round, and it's just going to go to the kidneys. And that's important. So I want you to know that these tubes which I've put in red and blue, are just so unimportant. They are just for blood. These are just blood tubes that are moving in your body. So there's nothing special about them. Okay, red means oxygenated. Blue means deoxygenated. So these are just tubes with blood. Don't do too much. Then you should have them come just to the kidneys. Nothing is complicated. You'll be given a diagram. So we're just using it to explain these things that look like beans. And you have oxygenated blood going into both. Then so you can make it. So definitely blue blood is going back to the heart from the rest of the body. It doesn't have, so it's going backwards, blue blood. Red going down. So this, let me put it like this. And this. Then after you show the kidneys, just talk about things that supply oxygenated blood to the kidneys. These oxygenated blood are carried in the oxygenated blood here. You put it like this. Say renal artery. It's oxygenated. Deoxygenated, coming out of both kidneys, will also be renal, but it's renal vein. Now, from the kidneys, here we can see our digestive system, our excretory system. Your kidneys moving like this. What are these pipes from the kidneys called? The pipe from the kidney is ureter. Then this one is urethra. It comes from this thing, which is the bladder. So, the bladder is where the urine is stored, then released through the urethra, which is this one. So kidney does its job, puts in ureter. Ureters, the two of them deliver to the bladder. The bladder holds until the urine is a lot, then releases through the urethra. Simple fixture. Now we can go on. Have you seen, everybody? So if you say kidneys, what are their function? They filter blood. Kidneys filter blood. What about the ureter? What is the function of the ureter? It carries urine to the bladder because the urine has been made by the kidneys. Now it's taken to the bladder to be stored. Bladder will store urine. Okay. Otherwise, you'd need to go to the loo many times. The bladder will keep it. You can do what you're doing once the bladder is storing the urine that is being removed from your body, which is a continuous process. When the bladder is full, then now you need to urinate. So this is what happens. Urine is building up. The bladder is storing it. It's not useless. What do you mean it's useless? It's useful. Urethra now, okay, is a tube that carries urine. Okay? Outside the body. This will be urethra. Outside. That's the last one. From the bladder to outside. Ureter, kidney to bladder. And there are two of them. Okay? You can say here. Carries urine to the bladder from the kidney. Carries the bladder, carries urine to the bladder from the kidneys. Okay? And I want you to say, there are two ureters. Okay, here you should say, there is one. There are two ureters. There is one urethra. This is the urethra. Let me put it orange. Next. So remember, ureter, the two ureters, they connect to the bladder. So they enter the bladder, please. But urethra is going straight outside the body. But they are carrying the same thing, urine. So now we can start. Let's talk about kidneys. And you see there's a lot of things to know, but we can move fast. The kidneys, and I'll talk about the main things. Kidneys are the main organs of excretion. Is it the liver? No. What is it? The kidneys. They filter the blood. So kidneys are bean-shaped organs located at the back of the abdomen of the lower part of your body. And kidneys look like beans. Kidneys are bean-shaped organs. All right, now. Kidneys have two major functions during excretion. Kidneys have two major functions. One, regulates water. They regulate water content. Let me say this. Inside your brain, there is a sensor there, which you find them calling the hypothalamus. It's at the brain side in the head. So what happens is the hypothalamus can check the temperature and report. The hypothalamus can detect the temperature of the blood. And now it will tell the body how to behave. That's the same thing about the kidney. Kidney can regulate, it has a sensor. So the sensor, which senses how much water is in the blood, that sensor is found in kidneys. So we need to say thank you to the kidneys. They regulate water content to maintain blood pressure. Kidneys can sense how much water is in blood. Number two, kidneys can excrete. Kidneys can excrete waste. Okay? They can excrete waste so as to remove urea and excess salts from the body. Excess salts from the blood. Now, have you seen this? Everybody, have you seen this so far? So we move on. Now, here is the next important thing. For you to know it, we need to talk about this thing called kidney that we said looks like a bean. Looks like beans. A bean plant. It will be like that, and it will have tubes coming in. It will be like that, and it will have tubes coming in. Now, this here, I want to put so that everybody, let me put the blue. So here, it's like this. Maybe before I take it in, let me draw the most important things. Just put these. And then what should just happen is that each tube should just be able to supply. This is what we have. Then oxygenated blood does the same. This one is carrying blood, right? Away from the kidney. The kidney has a blood supply. So the kidney has a blood supply? Yes. Wow. Here's your blood supply. So, and then this one, I'll make it green or whatever. Because this is the tube that carries urine. And this tube is a ureter, and it is going to the bladder. Are we together? Now, this part here inside the kidney is called the medulla. And this part here inside is called the cortex. But now, or here, let me please. Let me put it like this. Here. Cortex. In somewhere in this area. So medulla, then there is cortex. Then there is something in here. So some small thing between a cortex and medulla. You get a lot of them here. They're called nephrons. Nephrons. And I want you to say here, located so here say located between medulla and cortex. And in here for red, you'll be saying blood in. Okay? For red, you'll be saying blood in. Then for blue, you'll be saying blood out. So if blood is coming out, everything which is at the kidney, which is bringing blood, is renal. But veins take back to the heart out of everything. So this is a renal vein. It never supplies you. How can a vein supply you? This is renal because it's at the kidney, and it's a renal artery. Blood in. And now, if you keep following somewhere at the back here, shaded, this is where you meet your I want you to say here adrenal gland. We are almost done. We're almost done. You have done well. Let's keep going. We'll finish this in 2 days, like I promised you last time. Right. So this nephron, which I can put in black, tiny tube, which is in each kidney, which is between cortex and medulla. I now want you to write to say, in each and every kidney, there is a tiny structure called, or a tiny tube, tiny tubules called, so they are tiny tubules called nephrons, or kidney tubules, or renal tubules. Renal tubules, kidney tubules, nephrons. What are they? Okay, that are the tiny tubules that are present in the millions. Okay? Okay? In each kidney. Each kidney has about 1 million nephrons. Tiny, tiny tubes. Very tiny tubes. Present, very tiny tubes. There are very, very tiny tubes present in each nephron. Are we together? Students? Very tiny tubes. Now, those tiny tubes are so important. These nephrons are so important. Okay? So write this to say, each nephron in the kidney, one, filters the blood. So all you are studying about the kidney is in a small tube between the cortex and the medulla. That is the tube that helps urine to be formed. If there are no nephrons, don't ever talk about urine. They are the ones that do it. So each nephron, one, filters the blood. Okay? Then two, okay? Then two, reabsorbs useful substances. Okay, we are done now. This is where I'm ending. And three, produces urine. Produces urine. We'll talk about the nephron, its diagram. Okay? We'll talk about the nephron, its diagram. It's 6 things. The glomerulus, the Bowman's capsule, the loop of Henle, the collecting duct, the convoluted tube, which one? DCT, DCT. That small thing is the secret. They may ask you, so I want you to write here to say, without nephrons, no urine could be formed. Without nephrons, no urine could be formed. Are we together? Are we together? So now, I have to push you fast. I have a job. I'm going to bring the diagram, okay? Of course, we'll be working with the timetable, but in the next bio lesson, what I have to do is bring the diagram. We'll quickly talk about it, and we'll quickly finish this thing. Okay? We'll quickly finish this excretion, and we can move on to the next thing. Are we together? Everybody? Students? We have to know this nephron and how it works. We must quickly know how it works. Then we'll finish by talking about deamination. It links with the nitrogen cycle. So we are going to be talking about it. It links with the nitrogen cycle. It will remind us about the nitrogen cycle. So we just have to do, that's all and we are done with this chapter. We just have to master the nephron and its parts. What is glomerulus? What is the loop of Henle? And then you have to know, what does the word ultrafiltration mean? How does the nephron force things? How does it filter the blood, this nephron? These small tubes that are there, about 1 million in each kidney. How do they do it? And you are done with this chapter. And guess what comes next? Reproduction. And we see all the important things and how it affects variation. We need to talk about it and the main things there. So we'll talk about those things, write them down together, and then we can enjoy questions. We want to do very, very heavy topics, get them out of the way. If there's anything you still feel is hard, you tell us, we do it, we finish it, we move on in whatever subject. So that's it for bio. Goodbye to the goodbye.